So I met Delonso through Accountability Brothers, which is a group of males that get together, to hold each other accountable, have a safe space just to be a full range human. And he told me about Daddy every day and how it came along in his life. And for me, showing up today and being able to see it come to fruition and kind of going to the next iteration is just it's important because the intention and the impact that's going to come out of this and how it's going to impact the direct community, but then also flow out from local community all the way to other states and the possibility of it growing. Just amazing to be able to see his dream and his calling to come to fruition. So I'm proud of him, and this is an amazing entity and nonprofit, and looking to support him in any way I can.
Yeah, so it was good for me to come out and support my brother Delonso with his Daddy Everyday event today. I met him through our group, Accountability Brother, and just had learned a lot about him and just everything he had been working on and been going through, and just I really felt the need to show up, to support my brother today. So I'm really proud of everything that he's doing with Daddy Everyday and glad to be a part of the ribbon cutting today. So looking forward to some beautiful things with Daddy Everyday.
You guys are here for Daddy Every Day. So before I even get started, I have to start with a story, the origin story of Daddy Every Day. This happened about 13 years ago. I was picking up my son from the bus stop. I meet him at the bus stop, my oldest son. I meet him at the bus stop. Sometimes we'll race home. I let him win. Now I don't let him win now. But I let him win most of the time. And when we got into the house, he wanted a snack. Typical everyday thing. Walk him from the bus stop, give him a snack, and then we do homework. If anybody remembers sight words, wow. But this particular day, he did outstanding on his sight words because it was so irritating when he got stuck on the easiest words, but he did an amazing job on his sight words. So I'm signing the bottom, so to show, hey, I helped him with his homework today. And he put his head on my shoulders and said, I love it when you help me with my homework. You're my daddy every day. And when people say they have that light bulb moment, that was my light bulb moment. So I sat there for probably like 5 minutes. Then I went over to my laptop and I typed Daddy Every Day at the top of a document. Didn't know what it was going to be for. I just typed Daddy Every Day. I would say like a week later, after helping him with his homework, I started writing a book. I never dreamed of writing a book. Never crossed my mind of writing a book. I started writing the book telling my story in fatherhood. At that point, I was like 6 years in the game of fatherhood and another on the way. And I just typed what I was experiencing, the joy I had, the frustration at times, trying to balance work and life. Work and family. And anytime I got stuck writing a book, I just stopped. And the ideas would flow to me of what other fathers needed. I still didn't know what the purpose of the book was. I just knew I was sharing my ideas, my tips on what I did in situations. And before long, I had a completed book. So the next step was to publish a book. So I self-published a book, and I kind of get a little emotional because by the time it was time to publish a book, my second son was born. So now I'm here with a freshly published book, raising two sons. So next step was to now, how I'm going to get this out there to the world. So I went to the library and said, hey, I want to do a book talk. They gave me space to do a book talk, and that point was the beginning of Daddy Every Day, in the sense of me putting it out there to the world. Like, I was doing social media posts, but it was really me. That's safe. Doing social media posts is safe. The real deal is doing this right here. When you come out in public and you put yourself out there for others to see you, potentially judge you. So I did my first book talk. It was probably like maybe 7 people there. But I wasn't concerned with the numbers. I was more thrilled that there were 7 people that I don't know showed up because they saw a flyer that talked about Daddy Every Day. And from that point on, I started doing workshops at libraries, churches. I even did 7 workshops for Gatorade. They brought me in to talk to their employees about work-life balance. And the employees there, it was really eye-opening for me, and it changed the way I do my workshops. So I had my structured workshop for them, and I can tell it wasn't hitting with them. Like, this is the first one I did. It wasn't hitting with them. And afterwards, they came up, they still purchased my books and everything, and they gave me pointers. They said, just to let you know, we work 10 hours a day, 6 days a week. Sometimes we have to do mandatory overtime. So a lot of things you were saying does not apply to us. We're the extreme when it comes to work-life balance. Sometimes we have to do 12, 14-hour shifts. So the stuff I was saying was kind of cookie cutter kind of thing, and it wasn't really applying to the audience. So right there, it taught me to always check the temperature of the room that I'm speaking to. So from that point on, a lot of times I just feed off the people. Like, normally, like if we were in a workshop setting right now, I would talk with you guys and stuff, and then I would go, or I have my basics of what I'm going to go over, but it's really based upon what you guys are telling me. So that was extremely eye-opening. So for the next 6 workshops I did for them, I was more into them, like what I was saying applied to them. So along this way, I've continued to learn. I had several setbacks, family-wise, work-wise, that have pushed me back. So Daddy Every Day's been really coming for a long time. Now, I've been making progress. Like, even now, I support fathers in prisons. So I work with Folsom State Prison in California for their fatherhood program. And hopefully later this year, I have a chance to actually meet those fathers. I'll be flying out there. So, and I want to do that here, obviously, in Georgia. But I realize my impact is there. I just haven't been pouring myself into it. I allow setbacks in personal things, like I have imposter syndrome. And I don't know if anybody knows exactly what that is. It's when you don't think you're good enough. I have the evidence that Daddy Every Day has affected people and changed lives. But I personally just don't think, like, really, am I capable of doing this? And this right here, me having this event right here, is my way of telling myself I am good enough. So as much as I appreciate you guys being here, I really did this for me. I really did this for me because the Lord put this on my heart, Daddy Every Day on my heart. And it's His mission for me to run, and I'm thankful He's using me. I often question, like, you sure you want me to do it? Like, but He won't let it go. He won't let me let it go. So I'm going to go full steam ahead. This is just the beginning, so you guys will be seeing a lot of events coming up that Daddy Every Day will be doing. So that's the story. And now the mission. The mission is simple. I want to change families. I want to change communities. And I want to do it by using fathers. And I want to, first of all, give a shout out to mothers, because I think you ladies have been holding it down. I really think it's time for fathers to take control again and lead in our communities. There's a lot of women leading in our communities. They need us beside them. We need to do our part as well. And not to say that we're not. We are out there, but I really want to display us. Because one example, of how I see that we're not doing this enough is that when my kids were younger and we got on a plane, I had Dylan right there in a little holster right here. And as I'm getting on the plane, everyone said, "Oh, watch out, here comes Super Dad," and everything. It made me feel good, but also made me realize if I was a mother, that would have been typical. So it wouldn't even erase the alarms, but seeing a dad do it, it made it seem like that's a foreign concept. And I learned that along the way of doing Daddy Every Day, that a lot of people don't see us fathers doing their thing, but trust me, we are. And we are. And I just want to bring it to the forefront. And I want to change the stereotype of fathers, of families, let me put it this way. Comedians love doing jokes on black fathers not being there. I want to change it to where comedians can no longer do that because black fathers are present. And there will be times where the focus will be on black fathers. Daddy Every Day is for all fathers, but there will be times where I will have workshop, group discussions where it's focused on black fathers, because I know the struggle that we have and the different types of ways that society sees us, and sometimes the way we see ourselves. So with that being said, some of the things that Daddy Every Day will be bringing to our community. Parenting workshops, of course. I'm in talks with several libraries to start a 12-week Daddy Every Day workshop series, which will be covering balancing work-life balance, communication, building confidence in kids, relationships and marriage, and fatherhood and mental health, just to name a few. So those are some of the things I'll be bringing to libraries in different counties as well. I want to start support groups for fathers, where it's a safe space. Some of the things I want to do is, a particular one is venting to victory, where fathers come in, or men, I should say in general, come in and discuss what's going on in their lives. Sometimes you just got to let it out. Some things you just can't change. You just want to be in a safe space to just let it out, let your frustration out. And then let's work on ways to counteract that. So that's one of the things I want to bring to the community. Counseling and therapy, partnering with therapists and counselors to get fathers and men. And I will say fathers a lot, but a lot of times these workshops will be for men as well. But there will be a highlight, obviously, on fathers. Couples counseling as far as co-parenting, because that's really needed. I talk to a lot of divorced fathers, and we share stories on co-parenting. And I have to say I have a great co-parenting experience, so I try to give pointers to those fathers that are struggling in co-parenting. I'm also attempting to partner with hospitals, to start getting us to go to the doctor. For a matter of fact, we have several men in here. How many of you guys have been to the doctor this year? Excellent, excellent. That needs a round of applause. Because a lot of times when I've done workshops, not many guys raise their hands. So that's really good. That's a step in the right direction right there. We definitely need to change that stigma of being afraid to going to the doctor. Like, let's go before something's wrong. But also, want to partner with hospitals and physical therapists as well to start programs for fathers to learn ways to, stress management, fitness. I realize that I'm not as in shape as I think I am. I remember one time me and Kendrick was racing. I beat him, but I was hurting. I was hurting afterwards. I was really hurting. Other things I want to bring is family bonding activities. I want to introduce Dads versus Kids Bowling Challenge. I hope to do that before the end of the year. Arts and craft workshops with kids. Be the Blessing, where Daddy Every Day volunteers go out into the community. Maybe stop by a senior citizen's home, read stories to them, write letters to them. Just various things throughout. Maybe go to elderly families and help cut their grass, or just simple things just to help be a blessing to someone. Also want to eventually open a center for fathers here. That's my biggest goal right there. For a matter of fact, I had this goal 10 years ago. Now, with all the stuff that he's put on my heart, I've done workshops, I've done speeches. That is the biggest thing, and I really tried to avoid it because it felt like too big of a task. It's needed. It's so needed. I need it. I need to have this center for me as well. So that's my goal, is to open a fatherhood center right here in McDonough for fathers to come in to get those resources, to get the information that they need, safe space to come, to gather, place for me to have workshops outside of libraries. So that's my biggest ask of you guys, is to just spread the word about Daddy every day. When you see that flyer or you get an email, you get a text about it, if you can't come, just share it with someone. Because as this grow, the vision of having that Daddy Everyday Community Center gets a little bit closer. So that's my ask. And the case for the center is obviously privacy for fathers, to have a safe space to come, a place for me to have these events and workshops, that personal connection that fathers need. I like the time period that we're in right now, because we're more free to say, you know what, I'm not feeling good. And I'm not talking physically. Like, fathers can admit that, because there was a time where you really didn't. Like, you just had to suck it up and keep going. And I love that we're now in a time where men get together. Shout out to my accountability brothers, because they're doing it. They're doing it where, like, we go on hikes and meetups where we can just talk. Like when I was going through my divorce, I was able to just talk to these fellas as we were just hiking. And then there was a guy that was in the exact same situation I was in a year prior, and I was able to guide him. Never met him before. We were just walking on the hike, and I was able to talk to him and get him through some things. And that's the community that I want to bring, and I want to do it every day. The emphasis on Daddy Every Day is being a dad every day. And it doesn't mean, like, for those that aren't with their kids and can't see their kids every day, but it's you doing the things to better yourself, because by bettering yourself, you make your situation better for your kids. So it's just about being present with yourself every day, being intentional every day on your goals. And also, speaking of goals, challenge anybody that's out here that has a goal or a dream or a passion or a purpose of doing something that's grand, and you've stopped yourself from trying to do it from fear. I'm telling you, take the leap. Like, as I look at you, all you people in here right now, I'm extremely humbled. Like, I'm not nervous. I'm overly excited. I'm trying to hold it in, because to see people come out to volunteer to help me with this, to see you guys here, like I said, you could have slept in. This is Saturday. This could have been your lazy morning. You said, no, I'm going to come here and support. Shout out to Big Lag. If you guys see my podcast, I shoot it with Evan Vision. I want to just thank him for coming out. Part of the reason why Daddy Every Day is still going is because he told me, you're going to do a podcast. He interviewed me for a show, and he said, no, you're going to do a podcast. I was like, man, you sure? The first 2 episodes sucked. They never aired. Like, they were really bad. Like, we shot them. We shot one, and then we shot another one. And he said, nah, we ain't going to, nah. So we just talked about it. Then next time I came, I was a little bit better. And as I kept going, I got a lot better. And if you've seen it, you know, Dylan joined me on the podcast. He's my co-host. Sometimes we have guest appearances from Kendrick. That's the inspiration for Daddy Every Day right there. And hey, he still knows his sight words, guys. But that's the story of Daddy Every Day. And so now I want to open it up for any questions you guys may have. Don't be afraid. You don't have to stand up or anything. Just shout your question out, and I'll be glad to answer it. Oh, I thought you had a question. Okay. Yeah. So any questions?
Do you currently have a board or any kind of support? Like, what does that look like for you?
All right. So I'm presently growing my board. I know one of the setbacks I had is in doing the whole nonprofit thing, I won't say I didn't take it seriously, but I try to do everything myself. And that's no way to do anything. Like, you can't build, I don't care what you're trying to build, you can't do it by yourself. Like, imagine if I would, take me, the beginning of Daddy Every Day. Everything that all these volunteers are doing, I was trying to do all myself. And you can't, you need a team behind me. So I have 3 board members now, but I'm trying to grow it. And I want to grow it with brothers that I know already believe in me and have big visions for themselves as well. So I'm currently growing my board. And I hope that answers your question. Thank you. Any other questions? Yes, sir.
You mentioned Folsom, way out in California. What brought you to that being the first one that you focused on?
Wasn't my intention. So I wrote a book called Fresh Start for Dads, Reconnecting After Prison. And I wrote it in inspiration, sounds weird, but inspired by my big brother being incarcerated. So I wrote the things that I think he would need to get himself on track once he gets out. So I wrote the book several years ago. Then I wrote a second edition of it to include more activities to do with your kids once you get out and just connect it. And the parent counselor at Folsom State Prison emailed me and said she loved the book. She uses it in her parenting classes. And she said her students have questions. And is it all right for her to email me? So we've been, for a couple of years, she'll send me questions over. I'll answer the questions for her, send them back to her. And then this year we discussed about me actually coming there to actually talk to the fathers in person. So when I say I have imposter syndrome, those are the cases that show you're doing it. Yeah, I'm actually affecting lives. Like, these fathers are taking the tools that I'm giving them and going to apply it to their lives and get reconnected to their kids. And I've never met them. And it's been years, so some fathers have already went back into the community, and I've affected their lives, and I've never met them. And that's really powerful to me. Yeah. So, any other questions?
Where's Daddy Every Day going next?
The center. That is the focus. So I'm in talks with doing the library series. And then I'm going to set up a different, dads versus kids bowling challenge, partnerships with Accountability Brothers on events. So those are the things I'm going to be doing to get in the community, but the focus is going to be me getting to grants, if you know anything about that, long process, but getting grant funding, more support. Oh, speaking of support, I want to shout out my Target family for coming in to support. They're wearing all black. Normally we wear red, but they're wearing all black today. So I thank you for coming out, but getting more corporate sponsorship to help support these events. And this is me stepping out. Like I said, I was trying to do everything myself. So now I'm going to do it the traditional way of doing a nonprofit. Because one of my biggest things is I hate asking for help. And I have to get out that mindset, because you're not helping. It's not me you're necessarily helping. You're helping the fathers, the families that are going to be impacted. So I got to learn that I'm asking you guys to help the families and the fathers in our community. So that's where we're going next. But I'm hoping to, if not in the next couple of months, at least start with an office and then grow from there. Like the dream is big, but I know I have to start small. So that kind of thing. So Any other questions? I still want you guys to, oh, yes, ma'am.
Where can we donate?
All right, so you can donate Daddy Every Day, Cash App, PayPal, going to daddyeveryday.org. I'll give you a list of like some of my bookstore, online clothing store. So when you purchase something, that is a donation. I also have a suggestion box back there. So like if you don't want to speak out loud, but you have a suggestion, a comment, just drop it in the box. Also, I want to get some testimonies. If you feel moved, I would love if you just did a testimony. I have one of the photographers or videographers step to them and just record something. I would love that. Pictures, if you want to take pictures, I would love that. If you do post anything, I ask if you will use hashtag #DaddyEveryday. And that's it. So I'll be around if you guys want to ask questions. I think that's it because I get off track. I love just speaking from the heart. So I have a whole script in front of me, and Dylan knows that when we're doing the podcast that I have this and we just go off. So actually let me look through here and make sure I'm hitting everything. Because I just like to talk to the people, and I like to just speak from my heart. So, I went through that. Did that. It says ice breakers. Takeaways. Okay. Yeah, fresh start program. Oh, well, one thing I did want to talk a little bit more in detail. So, and this was a question that's been asked to me before, about me writing a book for fathers that are incarcerated. It's not just the incarcerated fathers, it's also the absentee fathers. I got a DM the other day about a dad that wants to get back in his kid's life. He's not in prison or anything, he just hasn't been a part of his kid's life. Most of the time, the DMs I get or emails I get aren't from the actual dad. It's from a sister, the mother, the girlfriend, the wife, of saying, hey, what's your advice on him getting back in the lives of his kids? Now, I personally don't have that experience. But luckily for me, by doing workshops and stuff, I get to talk to other fathers who have been through that. And I get to learn from them. So that's another important thing about community and getting together. You get to learn from other people's life. So things I haven't experienced, I can learn from someone else, and now I can pass that on to someone. But the question I got asked about writing books about incarcerated fathers is the fact that they say, you haven't been incarcerated, how do you know what it's like? I don't know what it's like to be locked up. But I know what it's like to have a good connection with your kids. I've done the things to make sure that my son, who's in college and still loves hanging out with me and playing Madden against me, I don't win most of the time. I put it on camera. I don't win most of the time. Most of the time he destroys me. But I know about connecting with your children. And so those are the tips that I share. I know about how to build in relationships, sometimes from your failures and then from your successes. So I know about that. The fathers have to plug in the part where what they're experiencing, how can I apply this with my current situation? Because everyone's going to be different. Like I can give this as an example. You have to take what you can from it. So I think a lot of times people feel, well, all of that didn't resonate with me, so I can't use it. No, you take what you need from it. So use that in whatever self-help or motivational speaker you listen to. Like, you don't have to take all of it. Just take what you need of what you're going through at the moment. And speaking of motivational speakers, I say don't have too many that you listen to, because I have several that I listen to, and some say don't sleep, and others say get your rest. So like Like if you're working till you go, don't sleep. There's no time to sleep. And the other one say you should get. So like you're all over the place. So just like I said, take what you need from whoever you're listening to. Any other questions before I decide to mingle?
I don't have a question, I just want to make a statement.
Statements are good.
Yes. Delonso, I have seen the growth that you've done throughout this journey, and I am truly, truly impressed by the journey, and I support you 100%. I don't think a lot of fathers understand how important their roles are and how much they're needed. Sometimes they don't know what to do. Sometimes they haven't experienced that situation where their fathers were with them going to a game, going to the library, reading, and those kinds of things. Me, per se, I was lucky to have, I have a great father. My family, our PTA president at our school. I mean, we came over here. I wasn't born in this country. I was born in Guyana. So, of course, coming into the United States, we got teased on a lot because, you know, we were different. Our family was different. So my dad decided to become our PTA president at our school. We started a cultural day. He brought all different cultures in. He came in and, you know, got the kids used to, kind of got them familiar with those kinds of things. And I'll also tell one story. I remember with my own son, and we were at a birthday party, and he was doing something he didn't need to do. About 2 or 3 at this time. And I told him to stop. I said, hey, I need you to stop doing that. And so at that particular moment, he paused, and he looked at me. And so his dad was sitting right there next to me. And my girlfriend said, cool, why did he pause? I said, did you see at 3, he wanted to challenge me. I said, he thought about it. Sitting right here, he decided at 3, I'm looking at it, I'm seeing it. I said, he decided not to challenge me because he already knew once I spoke, it was not his dad was not going to go back and forth. And I told my girlfriend, I said, this right here is an example of why fathers are needed. So I just want to tell you congratulations, and I'm very amazed with all the things you're doing, and I'm right here to support you.
Oh, I thank you for that. I'm gonna try to be strong. I'm trying to be strong. But wow. I'm thank you again. I truly feel blessed in this, and you guys just don't know the battery you guys just put in my back for showing up. Like, if you think that, like, as soon as I get home, I'm gonna chill for a second, probably beat my son in Madden. This time I'm gonna win. Yeah. And then I'm gonna get to work again. I need to go ahead and start setting up the workshops. I want to go ahead and start setting up everything. I love this facility, so I'm definitely going to talk with. Yes, I love this facility, so I definitely see a lot more happening here as well.
On behalf of the Chamber of Commerce, I want to say thank you for coming and being a part of the community and bringing this level of concern and care about our youth to the community. So, Daddy Every Day, I wasn't really sure when I saw the name and when I was on the way over here exactly what to expect, and then we were at the rec center, so then I saw soccer, and I wasn't really sure kind of what was going on, but by now I think I've gotten to the point. I think the message here is there's no quick fix. This isn't a one-size-fits-all. This isn't about just, hey, here, I'm going to make you a great dad. This is about being a dad every day. So thank you for doing this, and welcome to the Henry County Chamber.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, wow. Okay. Y'all trying to make a brother cry. I'm not going to cry. Huh? Going to cry in the car, yeah. Right before yeah. He's going to be sitting there crying with me. But Dylan, are you going to cry?
No.
Yeah, so I knew it. But, so let me introduce these guys. On the camera right there is Kendrick Barnes, the inspiration behind Daddy Every Day. Dylan right there, my co-host. Now I'm going to tap it up for him. And I want to say to them that I am proud of them. Like now I have a public, like, exactly. No, it's okay. I'm proud of you too. No, I am so proud of these boys. They make fatherhood fun and an adventure. And they're the reason why I think he chose me to put this on, because he knew I would have kids like that. So because they definitely keep me energized as far as this. And they make me so proud when they tell me they're proud of me. Like, I can't tell you how many times Kendrick has told me over the last 2 days how proud of me he is. And that's very special to me. So I just wanted to shout them out. Let me shout out Aiden, Dylan's best friend. And make sure he gets his time. But I just want to thank all my volunteers for coming out. My Target family, thank you. I think they would come. The ones who came would come even if we were working at Target together. So that's why I'm very thankful for them. My accountability brothers, thank you for coming out. Big Lack right there. Thank you for coming out. Chamber of Commerce, Henry County Chamber of Commerce, thank you for coming out. And everyone else, because I see badges and stuff, so I'm thankful for, like, you probably got my email. So let me tell you guys real quick. I like talking in front of people. Amazingly, I like talking in front of people because for the longest, even till recently, I never liked the sound of my voice. So I never thought I would be doing speeches and talking basically for a living because I never liked the sound of my voice. I still don't like to hear myself recorded. So, like, it's rough when I'm listening back to the podcast. And then listen to it, my boy's voice sounds just like mine. When I'm listening to the podcast, I can't tell who's saying what. But it's amazing how he would use you. Like, the things that you think is a flaw, he would turn around and use you. So, and then another person I want to give a shout out to and I'm proud of is my baby brother. He didn't know I was going to shout him out, but I have to, because the fact that he's here right now, he doesn't get out much. I want him to get out more. And the fact that he's here, he suffered with a stroke last year, and he's been fighting to get back. He has he's still the same. Like we talk and stuff, and I love it, because he's still fighting. He's not where he wants to be, but he's still fighting, and I love it. And the fact that he came today makes me really proud of him, and that gives me energy every day. Yeah, I'm gonna end it with that because you guys gonna get me. You're gonna get me, but I am so thankful. I want to talk with you guys individually. I want you guys to check out the tables, take pictures. If you know of a father that may need a resource, send them over to daddyeveryday.org.
All right, man, we're here to support Delonso. It's been an amazing event. Just love seeing him get out of that comfort zone, get out of that shell. We've talked about Daddy Every Day a lot, and he's faced a lot of challenges and hardships and things like that, but it's amazing to see him overcome and get out here and get his just due. So I'm very proud of him. One thing we always talk about is the greatest gift that you can give your community is your presence. It's not always about the presence, it's about your presence. So I'm grateful to be a part of such an amazing thing. I'm proud of him.
I just wanted to congratulate Delonso on Daddy Every Day. Very proud of the growth that we've seen in him through his involvement with Accountability Brother. Just him as a man, being a great father, being an example to black fathers. We just want to congratulate him and thank him. I think it's great that he's created this program to help impact communities because it is much needed. Once again, Delonso, we're proud of you. I just want to tell you, you're doing a great job. Daddy Every Day.